Hey everybody, it's time for another lesson from yours truly, Mr. Parsons. I hope everybody's doing well. And today I am at Pithole in, Pithole, Pennsylvania. Pithole is the first boom town gone bust. In this area, this started out as just farmland. And within less than a year, it had a population of 22,000 people. Okay, Oil City has a population of about 11,000 people right now, so it would be double what Oil City's population is. Now, what's interesting today is behind me here, this is the Pithole Museum. Right there. Now, normally it's open on Saturdays and Sundays. If you ever want to come up here, I highly recommend it. Once in your lifetime, make a pilgrimage. Make me happy. What's interesting to me is when you look at this town today, it's managed by Drakewell Museum. And they keep this sort of tree-free here. Now, imagine all that you're looking at right now was a city. Okay? They would build hotels way down there. There's a road that runs right down there. That's where the hotels were that had the special visitors would go there. And what was interesting was at the end of the row where the hotels was the sheriff's office. And they would build a hotel. In fact, one hotel was built here. They broke ground in the morning and they were taking guests that night. That's how fast things happened here at Pithole. And just as fast as this town was created, it disappeared. And you wonder, well, why? Why would a town disappear? In fact, I'll tell you how big this town was. The Postal Service in the state of Pennsylvania only had two cities that handled more mail. Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. This was the third largest city for handling mail in the state of Pennsylvania. And yet today, again, nothing. We've got this. By the way, that's a portable boiler for running your machinery. But look, there's nothing. So what happened? Well, we go to our milkshake analogy. I know you love the milkshake analogy. Too many people drilling in the same spot. They ran out of oil. Now, there's still oil here, by the way. There is. I've seen it. I know it's here. It's an amazing area to come to and look at and to see to think about what happened here. The people, one of the famous people that was supposedly here was John Wilkes Booth. He had supposedly bought into a well here and decided to finally leave, and shortly after he left, he was bought out. The well came in. If he'd have stayed, would he tried to assassinate Lincoln? Well, we don't know. A lot of tales from the oil field that you're never quite sure how much truth is in it. If you were to come here, one of the things down in the woods, way down by Pithole Creek, there's a pump jack down there. One of my favorite pump jacks, the frickin' Reed. Frick. I said frick. As in U.S. Steel frick. Okay. He was the enforcer for Andrew Carnegie. Wound up getting booted out of there. Wound up going to work with, partnering with Reed. And there's a pump jack down there with their name on it, with the frickin' Reed. And I always liked that. I thought that was funny. But Pithole is sort of a lesson in don't rush. Don't jump the gun and think that everything's going to be all money all the time. We found that out, haven't we? As far as the oil and gas industry, we have our ups, we have our downs. Right now, we're in a down. And when it's going to come up, who knows? Now, it's going to be a lot better than this area because we know how to manage it better now. One of the other reasons why people say, well, where are the buildings? Why aren't there any scraps of buildings left? Well, remember, too, this is over 150 years ago this happened. But the other reason was, do you know what the most valuable part of an old wooden building was? It wasn't the wood. Number one was the windows. Okay? Number two was the nails. So what would happen was, if you were going to move out of this area, you'd want to take the most valuable parts with you. So a lot of times people would remove the windows, burn the building down, and then sift through the remnants of the building to get the nails to take them to the next place they were going. Were there other boom towns in the United States? You know, one of the famous boom towns gone bust was Tombstone. Good movie, by the way. I highly recommend you watch it. I doubt if there will ever be a movie called Pithole. But it has its place in history. It's a place that we should remember. And if you do get a chance to come up here, it's really neat to see. It's a small museum, but I'll tell you what, the lesson of Pithole is something that carries on, not just for past generations, carries on to us today, carries on to the future. Okay? All right. Well, that's enough from the middle of nowhere. I've got more lessons coming, so keep plugging away, folks. I know this is not, trust me, this is not how I wanted to spend our year doing these kind of lessons, but we make the best of the situation that we're handed. Okay? All right. Please take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and we will talk to you soon. Toodles.